No idea where this box has been for the past 30 days, but somewhere along the way, it got shot. And to get the free shipping, I included some more stuff with this order, and you don't even know what that is. So this is gonna be a surprise for you. No. Do not skip ahead. We're gonna look at this stuff together, and we're gonna have a fun time, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? What are we gonna do?
Have a time.
That's right, Travis. Now sit back and enjoy, for fuck's sake. Okay, so we're not gonna look at this. Save this till after. And here we go. What's the surprise? Eh? It's only a surprise for you, because I know.
You never know what you're gonna get.
I didn't save any money, but at least now I got something for it. And look, it's a music box. Okay, how does this work? Oh, you don't have to turn it as you're playing. Those are the ones that I'm used to. You turn it and then it plays. Huh, alright, let's try. This is not the way you do it, but how far do you go until it explodes? Okay, it's a very short loop. It doesn't really go anywhere. How far did I spin it?
2,000 years later.
Probably not going to use that too often, but now I have a pretty nice box to put on a shelf somewhere. And what else did I get? More music. Oh my god, look at that. This is one of my favorite pre-rendered backgrounds. I had no idea that was on there. And now for what we've all been waiting for. Oh my god, it's big. I thought it was gonna be like, I don't know what I was thinking, but maybe like that tall? Holy. A lot of people said, oh, I would never buy this because of the price. But I think considering the size and what you're getting, I think this is a decent price. This is, oh my goodness. Look at that background. It's pretty amazing. There's the other head and the two other arms. Well, that's an interesting plastic, this stuff. Feels like silk. And it's actually... Okay, he's kind of loose. The head was kind of loose. But look at this. It's actually kind of heavy. Hey, wait a second. Wait a goddamn minute. You skipped ahead, didn't you?
You know what? Wow, it crossed my mind.
You skipped ahead!
Yeah.
We're going back! We're going back to the beginning!
Rewind time, everybody!
The pants are gray, and his turtleneck vest is blue. And this is a remake figure, which is kind of weird because Cloud's hair isn't like this. And I'm not talking about how the shape of it is wrong or it's a cuter version or anything like that. I'm specifically talking about this strand of hair on his right side. What's up with that? Because Cloud doesn't have that in Remake. He only has that in the original. So what's up with that? What's going on with it? Because now that we finally got a closer look at Cloud in Rebirth, we can see that he doesn't have that in Rebirth either, which was my previous explanation. Because what is this then? It's probably just, you know, Tetsuya Nomura is more involved with the figure making and Roberto Ferrari is more responsible for the games. I actually don't want to switch the head, and I also want to keep the sword, but let's try putting the sword in his hand. How are we supposed to get it in his hand? Oh, ooh, that was scary. It just snapped off. A nice, simple base. Kinda bigger than you'd think, but it's not too bad. But the pose that I actually wanted for this guy was... Let's see. Here you go. And I want him to hold his hip. Like that. And then I want him to hold the sword. This is not something that was advertised, but this is something that I've been thinking about. Because this reminds me of his original victory pose. Like that. Hey! So that's a unique pose for him. I think his original victory pose has gone sort of ignored since the original. He's never really pumped his fist since... I think Sora in Kingdom Hearts did his victory pose more justice than he does. I think the closest thing we've got to the fist pumping is when he wins the squats. But there he just looks like he's doing an impression of the Statue of Liberty, so... But this is freaking great. It's actually heavy, it's a solid figure, it's very much high quality, it's interesting choice in colors, there's gradients in the hair, the sword handle is a little bit too thin, the head is a little bit too loose, but everything else, I would say, is perfect. And I'm really happy with this pose. And I love the shiny metal details on here. All the different spikes in the hair. I can't remember Cloud's hair looking this good, honestly. It really captures Remake Cloud, except for this, the strand of hair. Except for that, it really captures him in a good way. I wouldn't want to call this an adorable arts. It's only adorable because it has like, you know, big eyes and baby proportions, kinda. He looks like a toddler. Other than that, I would call this too cool for school arts. I don't know. because he looks too cool, you know, for school. And the hair looks, look at that. Do you see that? There's actually a difference between the hairs. This one is pointing more down, and this one seems like he has like wind is blowing in his hair and it's pointing more outward. See that? That is interesting. I wouldn't usually recommend something because that's not really what I do, but I actually would recommend this one. I've gotten a comment from someone who said that they wouldn't want to buy this, and I think it was because of the price and the size. I have a bias, obviously, because I prefer smaller stuff, but I think this guy is worth it. Let's compare him to a Funko Pop. Just to show you. Look at that. He's bigger than you'd think, right? I can't be the only one who expected him to be like something like that. So if you're holding out, I think you should consider getting this because, I mean, look at it. All right, it's time to put him in my collection. In this section, you can see that all these figures are holding their swords behind their back. It's not all of them. I have some more who is in that pose. And I actually did this because I knew I wanted to have the adorable arts here. And you can see that they're going from tallest to shortest, from here to there, and from here to there. I believed the adorable arts would go here. But have a guess. Where do you think the adorable arts fits in here? Like height-wise. Do you want to see how wrong I was? It might be the tallest one or the second tallest one because this is the height right there on top of the shelf. Look at that. I think I'll have to redo this whole thing. All right, let's see. This is gonna be the order in there, but that's not what you'd expect, right? You'd expect it to be a lot smaller. I think the swords of these two are the same size, actually. It definitely is a centerpiece. It's perfect for its style, if that makes sense. There are figures that are more detailed. There are figures that are, you know, bigger and sturdier and all of that. But for what it is, it's done perfectly, except for the loose head. All right, I collect Final Fantasy VII figures, and I share my opinions related to that. If that sounds like your cup of tea, then don't forget the lard.